The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome, 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 everyone. Welcome to day 10. We have hit double digits, ladies and gentlemen. Do me a favor for a quick sound check in the questions box. Do me a favor, say good morning and where you are from. Where are you hailing from today? And I know some of you traveled over the last couple of days, and I did the same thing. Had the opportunity to go to Orlando and speak at a public event and a private event, and then had a private site visit. So had a good time, and Sherry and Max went to the beautiful Epcot Center for the first time, and Max is studying the continents. The little whip is smart, man. Max is 7, and I'm asking him, like, you know, he's talking about continents now, right now in school. It's like, all right, well, can you list them in order of size? And son of a gun, if he didn't figure it out, he's like Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe, and Australia. And what's interesting is, have you ever noticed that like 6 out of the 7 names of the different continents are like start with A and end with A? Did you ever notice that? I had never noticed that. And son of a gun, he noticed that. So, America, Asia, Africa, Australia, Antarctica, and Atlanta. Atlanta is the 8th continent, I think, sometimes when it comes to their airport. So, yeah, some people are like, see you tomorrow at Gin. Christy, it's today, baby. It's today, right? We have Mastermind Atlanta today at the Galleria Rome. Remember? So I will see you there. So we have people from all over the world, from Italy, Australia, Moments, Illinois, which is like Italy and Australia in that it is a place, Hilton Head, South Carolina, Torrance, California. I have to give a big shout out to my Californians, my West Coasters, my Oregon, my Washington people. Are you kidding me? I mean, it is so early there. Donna Jones, by the way, Donna, I'm hoping that you got that private message for a potential referral. Huh? How about that, right? Discovery Bay, Kansas City, Emily, Thomas Howe from beautiful Lawrence, Kansas, home of the Fighting Jayhawks, Rock Chalk Jayhawk. So good morning, and Sandra Townsend from St. Louis, and Tim the Lister Kester from St. Louis, Shauna Frazier, Brian Morrow, Cynthia Staley. We have rock stars on this wonderful, wonderful call. So Karen Kaiser, you're so consistent. Karen's here every day. Mary Krumenacher, every day. Lisa Boots here every day. Mike Wynn, 4:30. Hoorah! Oceanside, California, right? So today is a beautiful day. Today is day 10. It's actually one of my best favorite days in this 30 days because we wrap up the first sprint. And every sprint is important. Finishing the first sprint is maybe the most important. We're going to cover that a little bit today. But look at these pictures, right? How many of you are jealous of the upper left shot, right? And then look at the sky. The beauty of mornings is orange. I actually, chose orange as my background color for my PowerPoint because it seems like these oranges are the colors that truly resonate with mornings. You know what I mean? Look at the orange here and the orange here and the orange in that sky. Look at this. I mean, how would you like to? That's like On Golden Pond. Of course, I just aged myself with that one. But how many of you remember On Golden Pond, right, with Jane Fonda and who was the gentleman in that? Very cool movie. And yeah, so a lot of us in the country right now can relate to, it's Henry Fonda. Yeah. A lot of us can relate to the fire. It is very cold in Atlanta today. I mean, it's like 39 degrees, something like that. and we are all walking around in parkas, which makes the Northerners and the Canadians laugh because they're like negative 32, right? So to have your photo featured here and have it shot for the daily award, just post it on Facebook, post the photo on Facebook with the hashtag 30 mornings. You guys are doing great with that. It's okay. You can post it in the group, or you can just post it on your own site. Interestingly enough, we've had about 20 people join us in the last couple of days just from the hashtag. So that's kind of interesting. So welcome to day 10. Okay, I had to check with Gail and just say, listen, that has to be like a National Geographic. That cannot be a real picture from this morning, right? And you know what? It is. That's real. She had an entire family come in and visit her in the backyard. I mean, that's listen, how often do you see 5 deer at the same time in the same area? She's feeding them, isn't she? So, Gail, please email 30mornings@gmail.com. Congratulations. Everybody, welcome to day 10. What a beautiful day it is today. Today is AM for another miracle. Wake-up call as we got up 30 minutes earlier than our start time. Hopefully you've noticed that it's easier, not easy, but easier to start getting up on time and making this happen. Today we're going to focus on visualization for beginners, right? I'm actually going to take you through this. I got rave reviews from the meditation, so you have emboldened my confidence to take you through more things online, because it's very weird to do that because I can't see you, right? I don't have any feedback. I'm talking to a computer in an office, right, in the middle of my library, so it's like I have no reference. So digital support, you know, here's the thing is we still want you out there checking things. Like when we cover visualization, go Google creative visualization techniques or visualization or options of visualization and bring them back to the group, right? And so what have you found for visualization? I will tell you that one that I love is Creative Visualization Technique by tapcoder.com. Check that out when you have a second. It's good stuff. It is a little controversial. It's kind of on the edge, and of course that's why I love it, right? So now, I've had a lot of questions. It's like, where do I get the app? Scavenger Hunt. I want you to know there is no app called Scavenger Hunt that I know of. What a scavenger hunt just means is that we want you going out and finding apps and sites and well, actually there is a scavenger hunt app, but it's not associated with what we're doing, right? Thank you, Rochelle. So what I want you to do, all we're doing is we're finding these different apps and sites and we're bringing them to the group. You know, Pandora has an alarm, Pam Brewer says, and by the way, she's in Arizona, so that is early bird there. But the bottom line here is that you should be finding different apps and sites, and honestly, just do 5 minutes of research. It's a Google search away, and you can rock it from there, right? So, congrats. I have to tell you, today is day 10 of the first sprint. You have completed the first sprint. You're 33% of the way done. The hardest part's usually the first 20%. You're way past that. You are showing up no matter what. I love your commitment. You are committed. I mean, you have become regulars. You are showing up no matter what. And as we all know, we have to show up to grow up. And we have to grow up to go up. We want to level up our life. The first step is to show up. Remember the affirmations format that we covered yesterday. Very powerful. And the example is, I am committed to doing whatever it is, no matter what. And notice, I'm actually punching my left hand with my right hand. Like my right hand's in a fit, and it's like, no matter what. And so that I can get whatever the reward is. So I can get the payoff, so I can lose the weight, so I can get the income, so I can get the referrals, whatever it is, by date or deadline. I want you to know that add some add some pop, add some physicality to your affirmations. Stand up and do them with a clap. Stand up and do them with, like I'm doing. I do a lot of, left hand. I'm punching my left hand on my. I mean, just like it's just like tightens my chest, and it's add some physicality to your affirmations today, and see what a difference it'll make for you. Now, today, segue into V, and whenever I say the word segue, I think of a guy named Tom Kane, right, out of Champaign, Illinois, and Florida, and I'm guessing he's driving across the country right now, but he used to ride around on a Segway all the time to promote his real estate business, and was very successful, over 500 transactions in 1 year, by the way. But I want to talk about visualization. So Saturday, my son has basketball games. And the last basketball game was a little bit rough. They played up a league. So the team was all a year older than him. And you can tell, man, they're like 2 or 3 inches taller, faster, stronger. And they got beat last week, like 22-8 or 18-8. And it wasn't, he was kind of down. So today, Saturday, we were driving to the game, and I said, Max, are you open to doing something that may help you today? And he's like, oh, yeah, absolutely, Daddy. So I go, all right, put down the phone, put down the iPad, right? And so he did that, and I said, all right, close your eyes. Now, I want you to imagine you're dribbling, right? And tell me how you're dribbling, right? And he goes, I'm dribbling with my right hand, and then it's going over to my left hand. So I'm doing that. And I go, oh, so you're kind of crossing over, right? So you're doing a crossover. So he's like, yeah, I'm switching hands every time. And so it's like, okay, good. Now I want you to imagine that you're doing that, and while you're doing it, you see all 5 defenders in front of you. You can see them all, and you see where they're at. And what I want is you see a path to the bucket. And while you're dribbling, you're going to dribble through that path to the bucket, and I want you then to explode like a rocket to hit your layup, right? So dribbling, go through the gap, explode like a rocket, the ball goes off the backboard and goes in. Did you see it? He goes, I totally saw it. I totally saw it. I totally made it, Daddy. And I'm like, of course you did, right? Of course you did. And I said, all right, and now we're going to call that the layup visualization. Does that sound good? He's like, yeah, what visualization? All right, don't worry about it right now. Okay, so now I want you to imagine that you're at the top and you're dribbling, and you take a couple of dribbles to the open area. Which way is open? Oh, it's open on the right, Daddy. Okay, so you dribble to the right, you dribble a couple of dribbles, you turn and face the basket, and you shoot like a rocket, and it goes in, swish, right? And we're going to call this the shot visualization. How's that sound? He's like, oh, yeah, shot visualization, I like that. So let's do it again. So you're dribbling, you take 2 or 3 dribbles to your right, you face, you shoot, swish, it goes in. How cool is that? Yes, it was really cool. Now, let's do a third one. You want to do a third one? Daddy, we're almost there, and I haven't been able to play my game. I know, but you want to do one more? Yeah, let's do one more. All right, so you're dribbling this, or now you're not dribbling. This time, somebody else is on your team, and you are standing on the wing. Now, here's the thing, is that person throws it to you, and you catch it, and there's an open area. Where's the open? It's to my left, Daddy. Okay, so you're going to take 2 dribbles with your left hand. Keep your eyes closed. 2 dribbles with your left hand, face the basket, shoot it, and it goes in, swish. You like that one? Yeah, I like that one, Daddy. Max, which one did you like the best? I liked the one where I was dribbling down, and I took like 2 or 3 dribbles into the open area, and I turned and shot it. I like the shot visualization, Daddy. And it's like, Max, that's good. I like that. All right. So fast forward to the game, and by the way, which they won 22-10, I believe. It was either 22-10 or 20. So here's what's interesting is the second half, the first half, he only played like 4 minutes because he played almost all the other games. So it was kind of his turn to set a little bit. But in the second, they opened up the second half. The guy threw it into him. He's dribbling down the floor, and his head is up. He's looking at the defense. Now you have to realize he's 7 years old, so dribbling, period, is tough. Dribbling and not looking at the ball is tough, and he's got it, right? So he's looking up. He dribbles down. He crosses over at the top of the defense, and he takes 2 or 3 dribbles to the right of the defense. He turns and faces. He throws the shot up, and it literally swishes with barely moving the net. I mean, it was like the perfect arch, perfect shot, and it went right in. It looked like a professional player did it. And he turned and was like, I mean, he was so happy, you know. It was like his hands were up and he was so happy. And I have to tell you that I'm not sure that would have happened without the visualization. He saw it before he experienced it. And I am such a huge believer in visualization. The key here is, notice I didn't have him like visualize himself playing professional basketball. A lot of visualization classes will go to the thought of, hey, you know, visualize the castle in the air and you know, this, that, and the other. But the problem is there's a disconnect between belief and reality, right? Your visualization has to be within what you feel like your capabilities are. But the thing is it's one of those where we need to believe at the level 10 capability, right? So one of the best visualizations you can do, and I have to tell you, a lot of these things I suggest, and I'm like, hey, you can do, you know, try what you want, but this is one that I have to tell you that I do not every day, but I have to do it 99% of the days. This is one of them that I do, and before every time I speak, I do this visualization. I also do affirmations, which I'll talk about at a different time. But the first thing is we're going to start. Now, there's a lot of visualizations. I mean, there's as many visualizations as there are people and theories. There is even a worst case scenario visualization. But the one we're going to start with today is best case scenario visualization. All right, so what I want you to do is get to a place where you are comfortable. So get yourself comfortable, get your posture good. You know, don't slouch, right? Sometimes we hug a mug and we're kind of slouched and we're all comfy. You know, get up, kind of set yourself, roll your shoulders back, and let's go through this, right? I got rave reviews when we actually implemented, so we're going to implement. So, all right, now I want you to close your eyes. All right, so go ahead and close your eyes. Make sure you're comfortable. Make sure your posture is good. That's all I'm going to ask is you're sitting strong, tall, or you're standing. Some of you might be standing. I don't encourage that. Go ahead and sit down. Enjoy yourself. Now, this is called the best case scenario. Posture is good now. Good. All right. Now, I want you to, in your mind's eye, look at your day. Okay? So just think about what you have today. What different appointments you have. And bam, pick an appointment. Pick an appointment. Just pick an appointment, the first one that comes. Now, some of you are going to pick maybe a doctor's appointment. Some of you are going to pick a listing appointment. Some of you are going to pick a networking appointment. Some of you are going to pick a one-on-one that you might have. Some of you might pick just a closing that you have today. And congratulations. So pick an appointment. Now, reclose your eyes if you haven't yet. Some of you actually had to check your schedule to find that. Now, do you have an appointment? Which appointment is it? Is it the 9 o'clock appointment, 9:30, 10, 10:30, 11, noon? Maybe it's a lunch, right? 1, 2, think about it, 3, 4, right? And the one that I really have in mind is my lunch appointment today, right? So, now in your mind's eye, keep your eyes closed. In your mind's eye, I want you to look around your environment. With your eyes closed, you're looking around where you're meeting, where your appointment is. And just look around it, really get a feel for your environment. You know, whether there's desks involved or there's waiters and waitresses, or if you're in a restaurant or if you're in an office or wherever you may be. Just get a sense of the environment. You know, what do you notice? What do you see? Look around. Just kind of give yourself a chance to take it all in, as detailed or undetailed as you want. If it is a professional appointment, see yourself get professionally relaxed. We're not talking slouched or slumped. We're talking professionally relaxed, competent, confident, great posture, either sitting tall or standing tall during this appointment. You feel a sense of hyper-awareness. You notice everything. You are so comfortable with yourself. You are not worried about how you look. You look great. What you are saying, you're saying the right things. Or what the outcome should be, you are only tied to the best possible outcome. You are just there, 100% in all your being. You are completely and utter present, and you feel great. Those you are meeting with may not react differently or say anything differently, but they are noticing how completely attentive and alert you are. You see them smile, perhaps even chuckle or laugh. You see how agreeable they are. You converse, and the conversation goes exactly as it should. You hear not only their words, but their music. You hear the words and the music behind the words. There are opportunities within this conversation. You note them in your journal without missing a beat. You actively listen and journal, feeling confident and comfortable. You feel so good and so aware, you get tingles, goosebumps, thrill bumps. You know you are there. You are giving them your all. You are 100% attentive and find them massively interesting. You are a spark seeker and see the spark within them. You bring it to light for all to notice. You mention it. It brightens before you. All parties stand. The handshake or the hug happens, and you part ways. A great meeting on all accounts. You open your eyes. You are ready. That, my friends, is the best case scenario visualization, and I do that all the time before appointments. So give me your feedback in the questions box. Give me a feel for what you thought about that type of visualization. So give me your feedback. Like, I can't see you, right? So you could have wondered. All good, right? So, you know, what did you like about it? What was awesome? What was perfect? What was, you know, what did you get from it? You know? Can I take you with me? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I felt it already happened. I felt in control. Truly, that's how I feel. And I have to tell you, there's something you might want to say to yourself right now. Okay? Everybody repeat after me, and I know that none of us can hear each other, and you're probably in a room and maybe somebody else is sleeping, but I want everybody to repeat this. Or something better. Repeat after me. Or something better. The best case scenario, or something better. Let your mind be ready for even a better case than you could have even imagined, right? Or something better. Make that a part of your vernacular. All right, I was able to stay focused. I liked you taking us through it. Lets me know how detailed it can be. Truly, that's totally it, right? It's like meditating and calming down, but more specific, right? The meditation is to focus on your breathing. The visualization, which honestly came to me faster as I was developing these, the visualization makes more sense to me because I came from athletics, right? That's where visualization actually originated, was with the Olympics and the Olympians. They were, in fact, Bob Proctor, who's a name you probably know from The Secret and some other things, was a part of developing a visualization program for athletes. And what they found, here's an interesting study on visualization, is on free throws. They actually had people practice an hour a day on free throws. They had another group who they visualized for an hour a day on shooting free throws, and they visualized themselves making the free throws. And then they had another group who, for the hour, they could do whatever they want. They could shoot around, whatever it may be. So before they did this, they had all of them shoot their free throws, right? So you would assume that they would all at least get a little bit better. Well, it was interesting is the people who practiced the free throws went up like 60%. Now I don't know the exact numbers, and I will research this. That's my promise to you. And then the ones who just kind of shot around stuff didn't improve at all, right? They actually might have gotten worse. And then the ones who visualized themselves actually either outshot or shot just as well as the ones who actually shot the free throws as practice. So mental practice is just as powerful as physical practice. And I can't wait to get that study for you, and thank you for reminding me of that. So, yeah, clear, concise, nervous, I love it. Yeah, so Nick Shoemaker, I will tell you on that, is what I'm hoping is that when you do this visualization, you become less nervous, right? Because the biggest thing about visualization is it's no longer about you. It's about them, right? Great. I leave with the listing. My confidence is boosted. I felt confident that it's going to be a productive meeting. The feeling of calm. I see all positive and yes, in control. I feel like I won the day already. Self-confidence is higher. Powerful. I did wander at first, and then you talked about not worrying about how we look, and you got me, right? We do that, right? We do that. Yeah, I love it. Okay, awesome feedback, guys. That's super. So let's continue on here, right? So, you know, so you already did. You've done. Oh, by the way, MMREA through Chapter 8 and through Chapter 9. I have to tell you that you may want to go back and look at Chapter 7, the power of visualization. See it to believe it, because it defines visualization and it talks a lot about visualization, right? Visualization, also known as creative visualization or mental rehearsal, refers to the practice of seeking to generate positive results in our outer world by using our imagination to create mental pictures of specific, that's a key word, you might want to underline that in your book. This is page 77. Hey, one of my favorite pages, 77. Specific behaviors and outcomes occurring in your life. Frequently used by athletes to enhance their performance, visualization is the process of imagining exactly what you want to achieve or attain, and then mentally rehearsing what you'll need to do to achieve or attain it. Right? Powerful, powerful. And I know all of you are past Chapter 7, wink, wink. But the biggest thing here is now let's move forward, right? Get up 30 minutes earlier than start time, check it off. We did it. That's your action item for tomorrow as well. Now, do your 6-minute savers or your silence plus affirmations and appreciations plus visualization, all right? So you can put that together for 15 or 30 minutes, whatever you may want to do. And then write in your Freedom Journal. This is an awesome one, right? This is a good day, and we're going to cover this tomorrow. So we're going to go through the 10-day sprint recap a little bit, but finish strong here. And the other thing is, some of you, this might be your first webinar. I hope not, but it might be. And if it is, just start on day 10, right? Don't try to go back and catch up days 1 through 9. Just start today. Start where you are, right? You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. So read MMREA Chapter 10. We're almost done. You know, we're wrapping this up. You've only got a little bit left to read. Today, I want you to share a digital support, right? We talked about the app and site scavenger hunt. Share a digital support for Savers, an app or a website, on your Facebook wall by tagging 30 Mornings, right? So you're going to share this with your friends. Write a few words about your experience with the app or the website, and then encourage your friends to check it out. That's your 30 Mornings assignment today for social media. And before we go, I have to share a success story that really resonated with me from Tony Scarpero. And Tony wrote, "A few astounding things have happened over the last few days after I stopped making up stories. You see, I originally heard about Miracle Morning, The Ritual, a little over a year ago when Michael J. Mayer spoke at a Gen event about the first book that Hal wrote, and I even read the first few chapters. Then, when the Miracle Morning for Real Estate Agents came out last year, I ordered a copy during the pre-sale and said to myself, we're having a baby in February, and once she's born, it will force me to wake up early. LOL, boy, was I wrong. Admittedly, my fiance Jennifer and I are not morning people. Well, they used to not be morning people. But so we've been blessed with a baby that loves to sleep. You have been blessed. Well, then I thought I'd like to do it to get my life in order and balanced again. But Jen won't want to do it, so that won't work. So great. And then I just didn't give it that much thought anymore. These were the stories that I had made up in my head and had been telling myself and living within my limits. So to get a text from Jen last week telling me she had signed up for the 30-day challenge of 30 mornings and asking if I wanted it to join as well came as quite a surprise, and I struggled hard with the first several days. Then I made it up in my head that since my 7-year-old was visiting us for a few days, we should keep quiet with our calls so she can sleep in, because we always let her sleep in the past when she stays with us. Well, today I had her join us and even go through the exercises of appreciations and affirmations. What she wrote, which you will see on the next slide, blew me away. She loved the experience. And I suggested she ask her mom to wake her up 10 minutes earlier each day, and she simply do this part every morning. And she agreed she would. Now, less than a week later, I missed the first few days, I feel much more focused with building my business, feel more confident again, and am radiating with happiness because I stopped telling myself stories about why I couldn't do something. I can see the processes taking shape and make a profound difference in our lives. And instead of dreading the next 20-something days, I'm looking forward to meeting them head on. Let's do this. Tony, thank you for sharing that. And Jennifer, thank you for sharing it with Tony. And to the 7-year-old who's way ahead of most 7-year-olds, I love what you wrote here, right? So these were the appreciations and the affirmations from the 7-year-old. I appreciate Mrs. Jenny because for her helping me at things like and teaching me how to eat new foods like eggs. Good job, Jennifer. Have her eat those protein, right, the eggs. And her commitment. Look at this. I am committed to have fun. How many of you wrote that you're committed to have fun? Maybe we should learn something here, right? I am committed to have fun with my family, right? Muma, Jen, Daddy. And last but not least, my little sis Kaya. I almost forgot also Big Dog, so that I can create lots of family memories. I mean, right? How adorable is that? I want to ask her, are you in like the most adorable contest? And she says yes. And it's like, well, what place are you in? Like first grade, right? So it's one of those where, how awesome is that? Ladies and gentlemen, you can make a difference with this. We can make a difference with ourselves. You know, I always say FLY, right? I flew yesterday, and when I flew, they were talking about putting on the air mask in case of a drop in pressure, right? And they say first put the mask on yourself and then on a son or daughter. So I would put it on myself and then onto Max. And that is a metaphor for life. And the metaphor is FLY, which is an acronym for First Love Yourself. Listen, the morning ritual, 30 mornings, is an example. It's a manifestation of first loving yourself. Because when you first love yourself, what happens is you aren't worried about yourself or how you look in your appointments. And when you first love yourself, you are set up and prepared to love others unconditionally. So, ladies and gentlemen, I love you. I hope you have the most wonderful midweek ever. This is your day. Conquer your day. Seize the day. Make it happen. Fly today. Truly soar. First, love yourself. Have a great one. We'll see you tomorrow morning.